Unfortunately, I'm stuck watching the GOP debate. Now, I'm just can I love my party. I do. I love what it stands for. I love the basic values of the party. I understand the basic values of the party far more than I understood, the values of the Democratic Party when I was involved with them. I'm active in my party, very active, active than most politicians, I'd say. I write a lot. I talk a lot. I talk to young people about coming to the conservative Republican Party. I'm sickened right now. I am very sickened right now by our party, though. I look at these candidates for president, and I say, God, out of 17 we started with, how could you have so few quality candidates? Right now I'm sitting in a hotel. I work hard. I work very hard. I work for and I'm proud of that. I work for a window company, and I have for a while. I do marketing for them, and basically, I was an addict for years, for 10 years. I was homeless for a good portion of those years too. 14 was, I think, the first time that I was away from home. Went to jail, got in trouble, and I pulled myself out with the help of a great company. And I do very well today. And they put me up in this hotel. They appreciate me. They appreciate everybody that works for them because they have values. They have values, just like conservatives have values. Now, Donald Trump, he has no values, no good values, anyways. And he's a liar. He's a liar. He's a baby. He's a scumbag. I mean, I want to outline every word that I possibly can. And I think that the best way to dissect Donald Trump as a person is to say those words, to express that opinion, to feel better about it, and then to explain why he is those things. So I'll start with baby. So Donald Trump's a baby, a whiny baby, and it shouldn't take far. You shouldn't have to look far to see this. All you need to do is do a quick Google search, and you can see ridiculous things that Donald Trump has said. For example, I mean, even this debate, he interrupted Jeb Bush, I believe, or he had. I mean, even if he didn't then, he had before, definitely. Of course, he always does. Interrupts everybody. He interrupted Jeb Bush. Said something very ignorant, for something very, he attacked Jeb Bush. He said, something along the lines of you're a nice guy, but you can't do it. You're not strong enough. By the way, that doesn't show strength. If I go up to and I'm missing the debate right now to do this video. Ted Cruz is talking. I like Ted Cruz. If I go up to a guy I work with, for example, and I say, "Hey, my car is better than yours. I have a bigger house than you," then I'm going to be looked at as a baby and a douchebag. And that's exactly what Donald Trump does. He likes comparing sizes, and I almost feel like there's some sort of complex in his head, which is why he can't run our country. And so he goes up. He says something about Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush kind of interrupts him as he's insulting him, and starts to say something educated. Now, I don't like Jeb Bush. I want to set that record straight, but says something that makes sense. Donald Trump then freaks out. "Oh, you're going to interrupt me, Jeb? Are you going to apologize for that?" And Jeb says, "No." "Oh, you're not going to apologize for that?" It's stuff like that make Donald Trump a baby. Stuff like that makes Donald Trump a baby. A good example is I went to go see Donald Trump speak. Actually, I was right up in I wouldn't say front and center, but maybe 5 rows back from him. I could spit on him, and I wish I did. In the first hour or so, I'm like, okay, this guy, he's not as bad as I thought he was. Still would never vote for him. He's not as bad as I thought he was. The last half hour, I'm not even kidding you. Out of an hour and a half, maybe an hour, he talked about how CNN messed up the amount of money that he has, and they said 8.2 billion or something, and he says 8.7 billion, 9 billion, whatever, and how he was even surprised when he filed for the presidency and he had to put his paperwork and whatever. That's what he talked about for a half hour. I mean, is that what we want as president? It was some of the guys that's going to step up to Putin and say, well, I'm better than you because I have more money than you. It just doesn't make any sense. That's something that a baby would do, a child would do. So Donald Trump's a baby. He's a scumbag. He's a piece of shit. I mean, he treats people like shit. And I am not a politically correct person at all. I like to joke around. I like to make things fun, and I like to shit on people too. And I like to get shit on too. Joke around with buddies and stuff like that. That's not what Donald Trump does. And I'm sick of people standing up for him and saying, "Oh, well, that's what we want. We need a strong. It shows strength." what world do you live in that like beating people like that is strength? You know, I mean, strength to me is someone that can be humble and someone that is not going to throw what they have in anybody else's face, but is going to show that they earned what they have, show that they deserve what they have. Donald Trump doesn't do that. You know, and speaking on the money situation, this is an important point. This is just going to be a series of videos about Donald Trump. But this is an important point. Donald Trump doesn't. He didn't earn his billions. He did not earn that. And I want to get this straight. Honestly, there is no difference between Donald Trump and Paris Hilton. There is no difference between the Kardashians and Donald Trump. All these people, and if Paris Hilton was running for president, I'm willing to bet that she would not be on the main debate stage. Whether she was running Democrat, maybe she would. But I mean, conservatives were smarter than that. Okay, so you might say, well, what are you talking about? I mean, the guy has built business. No, I know he did. His father built business. Okay, his father, he was born with a golden spoon, golden diaper, and he still acts like that today. You know, there was an article out. This is on Quora.com or something. Okay, it was by a guy named Will Wister. I create economic models that I use as a fund manager and investor. Donald Trump inherited a lot of money, and the growth of his wealth has been in line with the S&P 500. Donald Trump's self-described net worth was $200 million in 1982. This is what he was given from his father. If he invested that money in the S&P 500, he'd be worth about $8.3 billion today. He claims that his net worth is $8.7 billion. So based on his own claims, he has barely outperformed the S&P since 1982. Some articles claim that Donald Trump's inheritance was somewhere between 40 and 200 million in 1974. Here's one of those estimates. Trump took over $200 million real estate development business from his father, Fred Trump, in 1974. Date estimates that Trump's share of the empire, he has 3 siblings, was $40 million. Since 1974, the S&P 500 is up about 74-fold. So his current claimed net worth of $8.7 billion would equate to about $120 million in 1974, which is right in the middle of estimates of what he inherited. His performance was very close to that of the market from 1982 to present, and possibly from 1974 to present. If he spent a small percentage of his net worth each year, it's possible he outperformed the market over time. If his inheritance was at the low end of those estimates, he outperformed more. It's also possible that he received some money from his father prior to that inheritance. Well, we know that's true now. I mean, he says $1 million, but really, if that's true, or if his inheritance was at the high end of those estimates, then he underperformed the market. So the bottom line is that Donald Trump, and keep in mind too, if you gave me $200 million back in 1982, then I would have invested, yes, in S&P, and I would have had probably 12 or 13 billion dollars today. Just knowing what I can do with what I have, I guarantee you I could do that with more. You know, but I also don't require a crazy standard of living, and I never would. And you know, I pride myself in being humble, even with what I do have, because I do have quite a bit. But I've worked for that, every bit of it, and Donald Trump just has not. He has not done that. I mean, you know, you got to keep in mind too. He's made money off things like The Apprentice. That's not him. That is all he's doing is sitting up there and using himself, just like Paris Hilton was with her reality TV show, using herself for fame, and that's his spending money. You know, so you have to understand that whether it be books that are not written by him, they're not written by him. He might contribute to them. They're not written by him. Whether it be books, TV shows, you know, movies, whatever, this stuff is how he makes his money that he spends. You got to keep that in mind, okay? But any of us, if we had the amount of fame that he has, then we would be able to do that. I mean, we would be able to do that. As a matter of fact, we'd probably be able to do it better. I mean, he just got fired from his show where he fires people, ironically, and he got fired from a bunch of places because he's an ignorant asshole. He doesn't think about what he says before he says it because he thinks he has more power than he does. You know, people like this fall all the time, and Donald Trump's bound to fall. I don't like him. I don't like anything about him. And you know, I'm going to outline in other videos why he's unelectable, you know, why exactly you should not vote for him. But to outline the points, he's a baby. He's not a conservative. He is not. He's best friends with Hillary Clinton. He has to be a plan for the Clinton election. He is good friends with her and Bill. I wouldn't be friends with someone like those people. I mean, Bill has raped how many women? Hillary Clinton has defended him and defended rapists in the past, I would not be friends with them. It's not about them being a Democrat. I have many friends that are Democrats, but it's about their morals. And if I was I am a religious person, but if I was him and he says he's a religious person, then I would not be friends with them. He's not a religious person. He's not. I mean, I wish I knew truly the last time he went to any kind of mass whatsoever before he started, running for president, and even after. I guarantee that it hasn't been much. I wonder how many prayers he said. He thinks that he is God. So if you hold yourself up to the level that he holds himself up to, then there's no way in hell that you could possibly be a godly person, because you're not humble enough. You think that you're better than everybody else, and so there's no way that he is a godly person. Lastly, I mean, he's unelectable. He will not win the general election. This is why I say he's a Clinton plant. He knows that, and if he says stuff like I want to ban all Muslims from the country, then he knows that he's not going to be electable. So what he's trying to do, and I cannot believe that his supporters don't see this. Maybe they do. Maybe they're just, I don't know, sick in the head. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to make it the Republican Party worse. He's trying to hurt our chances with a lot of independent voters and fiscally conservative voters. And in doing so, he's winning the election for Hillary Clinton. So basically, regardless of whoever gets the primary, whether it's him or somebody else, they're going to have this stigma attached to them, and it's going to be very difficult for them to get over, especially considering the coverage on it. So let's say, for example, that the average person that's not a conservative does not listen to Fox News or watch Fox News. Let's say they watch MSNBC or they watch CNN. And let's say that Ben Carson wins the primary. Okay, all that will be talked about is what Donald Trump thinks about immigration and what how that relates to conservatism. And it doesn't at all. It doesn't at all. I mean, any conservative would know that Donald Trump's fiscal values, Donald Trump's even immigration values, and Donald Trump's values on the Muslim religion, they don't fit conservative values. His views on them, his views don't fit conservative values. So I mean, I'm giving you a lot to think about. It's really a random video. It's really a video that's all over the place. Honestly, I'm watching the debate now, and he's pissing me off every time I hear his voice, every time I see his dumb-looking face, every time I see anything about him, he's just pissing me off. So I felt the need to make this video. What I will do, and I promise this, I try to do it from my phone. Every time I drive, I make a video, or a few, like 10. I mean, I probably have 50 videos on my phone that would probably be big hits, because they really outline a lot of great things. Because I think when I drive, and I drive a lot, probably at least 30 hours a week to get back and forth to Massachusetts from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania. So those videos, for some reason, I can't upload them. I don't know why, but I will continue to upload on this channel. This is my new channel. My other one, I don't know. I had to eliminate it. I changed some views and whatnot, and I didn't want to deal with it. So this is my new channel. Now, I do want to bring something up. I am starting whether people join in donate or not, I am starting what's called the American Solutions Conference. And it's going to be a mixture between conservatives and Democrats, but heavily vetted on each side. I don't want extremists in this. The reason is not because I don't hold extremist views. I mean, I'm very strictly conservative in social values and fiscal values views. But I recognize the importance of working together, in this country. And so that's what I want. I want people that are interested in working with each other. And we're going to have this conference. It's going to be conference, but it's also going to be workshop oriented too. So we'll have a lot of speakers. Now, if I have to pay for this whole damn thing, then I'm going to pay for this whole damn thing. My kids will go with less Christmas presents. My wife will go with less Christmas presents. And it'll be very difficult on our family, considering that I'm trying to buy them a new house up in Massachusetts and get myself something small down in Pennsylvania where I work. So it will be difficult on my family. But look, before this election, I feel like we need to do this. We need to talk. We need to figure this out. We need to vote for who's better for the country, not who we think toes our party line. Okay. So look for more videos. Hopefully they start getting views, because I want the opinions to be heard on this channel, and I want to hear yours too. So thank you very much for viewing, and I hope you enjoy.